Alright, so The Verge uploaded this horrendous PC building guide, which I'm going to give my opinion on because I've built a couple of PCs in my time. You know what I'm saying? Built one, but like, you know, I know a thing or two, or 4 or 5. Anyways, point is, we're going to watch this shit, we're going to react to it, and I'm going to give some... Oh, I'm just going to shit talk it. Let's go.
So a few years ago, TC, our managing editor, built a gaming desktop. But it's kind of out of date, and it's definitely not going to hold up for Battlefield 5.
Oh.
So...
Battlefield 8 seconds in. We're 8 seconds in, and he referenced Battlefield 5. Wow. Brilliant. Hey, can you help me with my PC parts? Yeah, sure. What kind of PC you trying to build? Oh, I'm trying to build a gaming PC for Battlefield 5 comes out. Oh, I see.
You're a liberal.
Honestly, what the fuck? Who builds a PC for Battlefield 5? Really?
Oh, let's build a new one. So, what do you need to build a desktop? Well, of course, first you need a table.
Oh my god.
Preferably not...
Oh my god. Oh my god. We have done it. We've reached peak human evolution, guys. Guys, The Verge are on the verge. Nice pun, you see what I did there? Are on the verge of something incredible, guys. They said they've just done it. They've just done it. You need a table to build your PC. They've done it. What else do you want from them? They've done it. That's it. That's it. The Verge have won. Shit. Oh my god. The Verge have won. They've just won. Like, brilliant. Off to a brilliant start. I just like tore up my rug. Fuck. Absolute god tier. Absolute. Honestly, these guys are amazing. Alright. Well, we're off to a great start. 27 seconds in, I've paused this thing twice. This is gonna give me like a 40-minute video.
Metal. If it's gonna be metal, have an anti-static working surface layered on top of it.
Alright.
Thermal paste applicator.
Alright.
An Allen wrench.
Allen key
some
for
tweezers
what?
to tighten up the wires. A Swiss Army knife, which hopefully has
a Swiss Army knife
screwdriver in it.
Oh.
And
A Swiss Army knife. A Swiss Army knife, guys. I'm gonna drop two racks on my computer, and I'm gonna use a Swiss Army knife. Brilliant.
Last but not least, an anti-static bracelet, which is to protect you and the parts.
What is that?
These are...
What is that? That, what? No, what?
Last but not least, an
What?
Anti-static bracelet.
What? What is that? What is that? That is not an anti-static bracelet, okay? No, you know what this... you know what this looks like? What are they called? Rubber band with, like, messages on it or some shit. They look like those rubber bands. These. He's wearing these. He's not wearing an anti-static bracelet. He's wearing one of these. Holy shit, dude. Dude, it probably says Coca-Cola on it. Dude, that's so fucking good. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's hilarious.
Which is to protect you and the parts.
Oh my god.
These are the parts you're gonna need.
Probably says believe or something.
We have a lot of boxes and a lot of PC parts, so it's best you unbox them, isolate the parts that you really need, place items into the case, and make sure that they all fit, and then start working. And now we're really gonna start building by adding the motherboard in.
So what are you using? Question mark. I want to know what your parts are, and I don't. Why? You should tell me what the fuck? You tell me your parts. That's actually ridiculous. No. And then second of all, you don't just want to start putting your parts in all willy-nilly like, oh my god, guys, it's not no. What you want to do is you want to test your stuff outside the case, then plug it in. That's what I did. I tested my stuff outside the case. Turns out motherboard not working. So I didn't have to, you know, unscrew everything to take it all out. No. We're off to a bad start here. 2 things wrong. We've got like 7 things wrong, and we haven't even started building yet.
Some notes about installing motherboards. They're really delicate. You should be really careful with them.
Obvious.
And screw in with confidence, but also don't screw in too hard, otherwise you could crack the board. I chose
obvious.
Asus's Z370 motherboard for
Oh,
two main
okay.
reasons.
Well, thank you for telling us, finally, after 2 minutes and 38 seconds of nonsense. You could have spent that 2 minutes and 38 seconds explaining your parts, but nope. It's bullshit. And then you're just like, oh yeah, so this is the one I'm using. Hello, let's go.
One, it has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and all.
Yeah, because that's what you're looking for, right? Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. That's what you need in a gaming PC. That's one of the main factors you're looking for in a motherboard. God damn it, these guys are retarded.
So it has support for NVMe SSDs, meaning you can get really fast SSDs that are really easy to install. Pay close attention to the brace that goes at the back of the
What brace? What?
computer. You always have to make sure that you
Did he just call the I/O a brace? Seriously? What? A brace? I was so confused at first. I was like, what is this man's talking about? What brace? And then he's just like, yeah, that brace. And he's tapping it. Dude, what the fuck? It's called an I/O shield. Did that trip me up so much though? At first I was like, what brace? What?
really hammer it in, because there's no screw. It really just has to go outside of the case and clasp onto the frame. And this is very important because otherwise you can't align the motherboard correctly with the holes. We're just going to start installing all 8 screws. So next we're going to install the...
Oh, well, thank you for showing me all your screw holes, explaining ATX, ITX, and MITX. Thank you for showing me how to properly install motherboards. Thank you for showing me all that. Wait, why did my motherboard break? It just snapped. I don't get it. I was just screwing things in. He just said to screw things in. No. Explain. Tell him about the opposites. Tell him about the different sizes of motherboards. Tell him where motherboard holes are usually located. Tell him about standoffs. What? He didn't mention standoffs once. Mention standoffs. Tell him about standoffs. That's so important.
The RAM on the motherboard. I chose Corsair's 16GB.
3 minutes. Count it. It's been a minute of just like he just. No, explain. I'm done with it. Okay, I'm gonna say this one more time. Explain your parts at the beginning.
Vengeance LED RAM for 2 main reasons. One, it has LEDs and we do like lights in our gaming desktops. Secondly, it's pretty fast RAM. It's 2666 megahertz, I believe. So it's pretty fast, and this motherboard supports that speed.
2666 is the second lowest speed of RAM you can get, the next being 2400. So why did you buy the RAM again? Oh yeah, flashing lights,
which is most important. Open the slots first and just
wow, he's actually like kind of showing us how to do it now. Brilliant, thank you.
Lining the stick with the middle of the strip, not with the end, and just lining that up with the logo. So once you hear that solid clasp and you don't see the gold connectors on the side anymore, that's when you know the RAM is in. Step 3, we're going to...
He didn't even tell you about the little divot and the hole in the RAM. Oh my god, people are gonna break so many RAMs if this... Oh wait, no, this video got deleted, thank god. People would have broken so many RAMs if they had actually followed this idiot. They didn't even mention once how there's a little, like, hole in the RAM so the RAM can only go in one way. Most things in this, he should have said that at the beginning. Most things in a computer can only go in one way. That's how that works. Same with RAM. That's how RAM works. You can only put RAM in, but thank you for telling me that.
To install the hard drive, or in this case, the NVMe SSD. I chose this format of solid state drive so that I could input it into the motherboard without having to worry about extra wires or putting it in a separate part of the case and just getting really messy. This is from Kingston, and it's 480 gigabytes, so it's not a lot.
Sorry, $2,000, and you can only buy about $100, $150 hard drive. Really? What? Oh my god.
But you can always upgrade this and swap it out, and it's only held down by 1 screw and the latch, so it's really simple and really straightforward. Speed for gaming is important when it comes to a hard drive. You want file...
His anti-static strap. What the fuck? Oh my god, I can't get over that. The man's anti. It's literally not like what? It's not attached to anything. It's not doing anything. What the? It's so loose on him too.
Pretty straightforward. Speed for gaming is important when it comes to a hard drive. You want files to write quickly and you want games to load quickly. So that's why it's best if you use an SSD. Okay, so
oh. Well, thank you for showing me how to put that in. Okay, clearly this guy isn't showing you anything. He's not showing you how to do anything. This is brutal.
Step 4, we're going to install the graphics card. I chose PNY's GTX 1080, which is overclocked. And so it's a pretty easy installation. You're just going to find the gold connectors. And you're going to line this bracket with the back end bracket of your PC case. Now, which lane you choose depends entirely on what other parts you're going to put in the system. I'm just going to pick the top one because the SSD is at the bottom and I don't want to cover it. I just think it looks nice. Click down. Take your remaining brackets.
Didn't tell you about the little latch you have to pull? Nope.
And just put them in the spots that you haven't used. You don't have to screw these in. They get bolted down by the back end bracket. And your GPU is installed. Power supply time. I chose Corsair's 850 watt power supply because I need enough headroom for ray tracing GPUs when
modular or
and I don't want to have to upgrade it
or
again.
not modular.
So all you have to do is take the
modular,
brick
obviously,
and make sure that you align it.
But is he going to tell us?
Little insulating
Let's
pads,
find out.
so that the power supply doesn't short circuit and come into contact with the rest of the system. So just take it in, slide it in nice and easy until you have a snug fit, and then shift it to the back and make sure it's right up against
What about the bracket?
frame. Now you just take the required screws and you tighten and screw in.
Okay then.
So next step, we're going to install the CPU cooler. In this case, it's going to go on the top end of the case.
What happened to
we're just going to have the...
Wait a minute. He's installing the CPU cooler first at the... Wait a minute. Is he using
out for a little while until we install the processor, which is going to come a little later. Always be sure...
Oh, he's using a water cooler. Wow. Look at that. That's brilliant. Thank you for telling me that. Oh, wow. We're halfway through this video and I just find out it's a water cooled system. Unbelievable. Oh my god. What the fuck? I was so confused when I said he was just gonna install a cooler. First I was like, excuse me? No way. Holy shit. I find out halfway. Oh my god.
Let's try to place it in the system first before you install it, because you can see it takes up a lot of space. But in this case, no pun intended, it fits in perfectly, and we're going to start screwing it in.
No comment.
So there's nothing special about this screwing in process. They're just really long screws because they go through the entire frame of the cooler, and they take forever.
Nice little... Oh my... No, that's genuinely just a rubber band. Look at that.
And
no, look at that. Look at that. No, stop it.
So next up, cables. Every power supply is going to come with a big bag of Velcro cables. It's...
Wait. Mission Control, can we get a run back on that?
And they take forever. So next up, cables. Every power supply is...
He said every power supply comes with a bag of cables. Unfucking believable. Do your homework. Please, if you're gonna spend $2,000 on a PC, if you're gonna take the time, the resources to make a PC building guide, do your fucking homework. Not every power supply comes with a bag of cables. Surprise, surprise. Explain the difference between modular, semi-modular, and not modular. Please, it's the least you can do. Oh my god.
Big bag of
what
Velcro
the
cables.
fuck?
It's kind of daunting at first, so you always have to find the ones that are going to fit. In this case,
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean,
you
like,
need to match those cables with the correct descriptions on the power supply. Next step is we're connecting the power supply to the motherboard with a 24-pin cable. We're
this
just
will be exciting.
matching that cable from the motherboard, threading it through the back, and attaching the 24-pin header to the power supply so that we can have one of the connections complete. The next few additions will be GPU.
Absolutely brilliant. God, amazing. I love it how he showed us how to do that too. Like, he didn't even, like, say... He didn't show us, this is the 24-pin connector. This is the header on the motherboard. It may be different on your motherboard. Reference the motherboard manual. No, he didn't say any of that. He just said, plug it in.
Ports that the case has, for any lighting that the case has, the CPU cooler, anything else, really. We're installing...
Anything else, really.
Installing the CPU. The heart of the computer or the brain, depending on how you look at it. So to do this, we're just going to remove the plastic covering that they put on the motherboard. We're just going to take this whole plastic part out. Just toss that out of here.
No. Oh, wow. Nice. Amazing. Thank you for telling me how to work the latch. And you want to keep your plastic covering. You're not just going to throw it away. That's actually stupid.
And now we have an exposed CPU holder, or rather slot,
socket
on the motherboard. And we're going to use the CPU applicator. This is a special little part that...
The CPU what?
On the motherboard. And we're going to use the CPU...
What? What is that? What is that? What the fuck is that? What? Like, what is a CPU applicator? I'm so confused. Like, you don't need an app. You just drop it into the socket.
Applicator. This is a special little part that not everyone makes.
What is he doing? No. What is he doing?
And we're going to use this from ASUS. Definitely does have. It's called a CPU installation tool.
No, what was he doing?
Now we have an exposed CPU holder, or rather slot, on the motherboard. And we're going to use the CPU applicator. This is a special little part that...
What is he doing?
Not everyone may get...
What is that? What is he doing to those poor CPU pins? No. Why? Why? Why would you do that? It's probably like an i7. Oh my god. What the hell? Why would you do that? What? You don't touch the pins. You don't like breathe on the pins. You can't even do it as a thermal distributor on the top, whatever it's called.
But this motherboard.
Oh my god, I can't get over that.
Got from ASUS.
That's ridiculous. No, you don't like just. Oh, you don't just like push on the pins. Oh, no way in hell this computer turns on. No way. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Definitely does have. It's called a CPU installation tool. It makes it really useful if you want to install a Core i7 hexa-core CPU. Yeah, we've got one.
What the fuck? Yeah, we've got one. Hexa-core. For starters, let's start with hexa-core. Nobody calls it hexa-core. Alright, I'm just being petty at this point, but still. Nobody calls it hexa-core. Second of all, he was so proud of that. He was like, yes, yeah, we got one.
To install a Core i7 hexa-core CPU. Yeah, we've got one, and it's an 8th generation chip, and it's ready to go, and it supports overclocking.
Yeah, he's so proud. Oh my god, that's hilarious. That's so funny.
ASUS definitely does have. It's called a CPU installation tool. It makes it really useful if you want to install a Core i7 hexa-core CPU. Yeah, we've got one.
It makes it useful if you want to install that chip and that chip only. You're only allowed to install that chip with it.
And it's an 8th generation chip, and it's ready to go, and it supports overclocking. So what having
7 minutes and 40 seconds into the video out of an 11-minute video, and we finally find out what CPU is using.
This little installer does for you is it's basically a brace that you can apply right to the CPU and light it up with the triangles that you'll see on the bottom left corners. And this will make it easier for us to apply it to the motherboard and then apply thermal paste and then apply a CPU cooler on top. And we're just going to carefully lean it down.
Oh, no. Did he just push it? No.
Into the system.
He's pushing.
Make sure that everything lines up. And we're just going to carefully...
Oh my god. He's applying... No. What the... Yo, I can't take this video anymore. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm speechless. What? You don't... Why would you show him? You don't push it. You don't...
Lean it down into the system and make sure that everything lines up.
And it just like came up. Oh my god.
So we're about to apply thermal paste to the CPU. Every CPU cooler actually comes with a bit of thermal paste already neatly applied in a circle around it, but it's usually not enough. It's good.
Wrong. It's enough. I'm just gonna say that. Next.
Essentially PC building practice to have a little bit extra and layer it on top of the CPU.
Don't say good PC building practice when you push your CPU into the socket. Don't say that. You're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to say it when you use your thermal paste spreader to push the pins, to push your CPU into the installer on the pin inside.
The final portion is to add the CPU cooler to the top end of the processor. So you're going to see that there are 4 brackets, or rather like screws in here with brackets and holders right here. And they're going to keep the cooler raised off the processor, but it's also going to be close enough to actually physically come in contact with it, like basically keep it cool. Take thumb screws like this and just screw them on. So now that our internals are done, we're going to put all the panels back on, which is the top glass, side glass, front glass, and of course the back panel where all of this fun stuff is happening. So we fully built the PC, everything's put together. Oh my god.
That was, is it done? I'm just going to watch it till
it's
done and it's going to...
So what's next? Well, you need a USB flash drive with your Windows installation media on it, and of course a license key. So I plugged that up, installed Windows in a couple of minutes, installed a bunch of drivers, and now we have a fully functioning gaming PC ready to run some games. Right now I've got Arma 3 running at maximum settings.
Alright, well, is he just like benchmarking?
It's still doing a pretty good job. And I'm distracted, so I'm not actually doing so well. But otherwise, like, this is pretty much what you would see me do on a gaming computer. Test stuff out,
is he gonna
and
die?
hopefully
I hope he dies.
have really high frame rates like I am right now. I'm at frame rate. We're building a game, and I'll be able to play too much about the parts I have. New system, and just benchmark games here.
Are we done? Oh my god, that was fucking brutal. Oh my god, so much wrong. I'm not even gonna. Just a couple things for starters. He didn't tell anybody to reference the motherboard manual, which is mandatory. It's basically mandatory. It tells you, like, here I can see the RAM is side by side. Motherboard manuals will tell you which slot your RAM goes. This guy doesn't even like tell you about it. And like, he didn't introduce any of his parts until when he was putting them in, which was dumb for a guide. He didn't explain ATX or ITX. He didn't explain modular, semi-modular power supplies. He didn't explain RAM speeds. He didn't explain anything. He just kind of like said what he was gonna do, and then just kind of had him like glamour shots. That's what this entire thing was. Thank God it's off the internet. Shout out all the original videos and shit in the description. Shout out to this guy who re-uploaded it so I can react to the garbage. Fuck this. I'm done. I've lost so much IQ and brain cells. Have a good night.